Hey guys, CDTV Productions here, and did you know that Logic's dog is biracial now? Oh god, man. But yes, you can read the title, at least I hope you can. Today we are going to be ranking Travis Scott's hit songs from worst to best. Travis has 6 songs as the lead artist on the Hot 100, so I'll be ranking all of these and giving my reasoning for each one. But before we start the video, if you guys want to see what music I'm listening to currently, you can follow me on my Instagram under the name CDTV Productions. I've just started posting song recommendations on my stories every few days, so if you want to see what I'm listening to at the moment or want to find some new music, go check that out. And with that being said, this is CDTV Productions, and let's jump right into the video. Admittedly, I haven't really heard much from Nav at all, but I really like what he does on here. His kinda nasally singing voice is pretty distinct, and he drops off some incredibly catchy bars. Honestly, my only actual problem with this song is Travis, surprisingly. When his verse comes on, it just gets a bit uninteresting, and the whole vibe gets lost in my opinion. That stop and start way in which he delivers his lines goes on for a bit too long, and it just loses me. I just feel like there's a million other things he could have done with his verse here, but he settled for one of the least exciting ways to do it. Now I know Nav generally receives a lot of shit, but I'd go as far to say I actually prefer him on this song to Travis. Probably a bit of an unpopular opinion here, considering this song was so big for Travis's career, but I'm actually not a huge fan of the sound of this track. My favourite bit by far is when he has a rapping verse that suddenly appears out of nowhere 3 minutes and 25 seconds into the track. It flows very well and is one of my favourite verses from Travis. However, I'm not so hot on all the singing that leads up to that moment. I guess the main thing is his flow on the slower segments. It never really evolves into something that's fun to listen to. It just kind of drags on for me. It seems to never end, and I feel like it never really peaks until we reach that rapping segment. I don't hate the song, but it's definitely not in my list of the top Travis songs. I do appreciate what it did for his career though.
That's a small face, this a big face, she can't see my room, fuck her in the hallway, getting bored with this money.
I think this one is a good song, and it's pretty damn catchy, but it is ranked a bit lower because I just don't think this one actually sounds like a Travis Scott song. I think it's mainly down to the instrumental. The way it's produced makes it sound way more like Uzi's song in my opinion. Regardless, everyone puts in a pretty nice performance here. Lil Uzi fits right in, delivers some nice flows, and Travis comes in and drops some nice woes. That's potentially the corniest thing I've ever written down. I also really like how Lil Uzi and Travis take turns during the hook. It's a small touch that adds a lot to the track. As for Kanye, the more I listen to it, the more I feel like he doesn't really fit in on this track, but I do like a lot of the stuff that he says on here, and it was actually a nice bit of foreshadowing for what he was going to talk about on the Ye album. It's a good song for sure, but I'd be fine with not seeing it on the Astroworld tracklist.
For this life I cannot change.
I put this song on my list of the best hit rap songs of 2017, and I still stand by that. It's still got the atmosphere of a regular Travis Scott track, which is great, but I also feel that this one has a bit more of an exotic feeling to it as well. It's got these psychedelic melodies which Travis is known for rapping over, but they have quite an upbeat feeling to them on here. And it makes sense that the beat is less dark than your typical Travis song, as in terms of its content, it's all about Travis living a great life. It's a standard subject, but I like the way he handles it. I feel like the track contains a good mix of experimental Travis and mainstream Travis, which is just fine for me. It makes for a great sounding song.
My bell tore the size of swimming pools, backstroke to my children's room, made back in the living room.
I remember the first time I listened to Rodeo, this instantly became one of my favourite tracks on the project. Whilst I definitely don't feel that way now, I feel like there's a lot of other tracks that have grown on me so much, it's still a song I heavily fuck with. Sure, this track probably didn't need a whole 1 minute 30 seconds long instrumental outro, but it's well made enough that it's not something that hugely bothers me. I enjoy everyone who raps on here, and it's one of the few guest verses I can kind of enjoy from Future. His energy isn't exactly high or or anything, but I think his voice fits the tone of the track nicely. He also talks about smelling promethazine when he pisses though, so he might want to get that checked out. I mean, the D in CDTV doesn't stand for doctor, I'll tell you, but no, that sounds like it could be a serious issue. 2 Chainz drops off a great guest verse too, with some fairly witty lines as always, and Travis gives us one of the catchiest hooks of his career. I think it's a great song, and there's only one hit song from Travis that I personally enjoy more.
Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time.
When I looked at the list of hit songs that Travis has, I instantly knew I would place this song at the top of the list. This one is an absolute banger, and having Kendrick Lamar feature on a track that sounded like this was so unexpected when this first released. The atmosphere of the track is so crazy, it's beautifully produced, and I love that hazy aesthetic it has to it. Then consider the fact that this song is pretty much a love song if you look at the lyrics, and it's interesting to have a song about love that sounds so moody and dark, but is still enough of a banger to become a hit. And of course, I don't even need to tell you that Kendrick did a brilliant job on his verse, rapping from different perspectives, using different voices, and just adding to the story of the track overall. The only part I'm not a fan of is when his voice goes super high pitched, but to be fair, I have gotten used to that over time. This is brilliant, and in my opinion, is the best hit song that Travis Scott has released so far. And boom, that's the video done. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this one, and of course let me know your personal ranking of Travis Scott's hit songs down in the comments below. Like I said, you can follow me on Instagram under the name CDTV Productions, where I am posting song recommendations. There will also be a link in the description to join my Amino, where you can discuss this video or discuss anything related to hip hop. You can start the discussions, join the discussions, it's up to you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next one, and this is CDTV Productions, signing out.